So we had another good week at Auburn. Number of cases continue to stay down and below the level that we wanted at. Same things happening in Lee County, not the same thing all over the state. So there's little pockets that are starting to pop up positive that is of concern, but we're going to continue to monitor that. But we need to keep, again, on our plan here at Auburn. Yes, unfortunately, we've learned what loosening restrictions are and traveling around because we've got more than 20, 24 plus states now that have shown a 10% or greater increase in positive cases compared to previous weeks. Even though the death rate's dropping, the actual number of cases are staying well above 50,000 per day. Last week there was even where it jumped over 60,000. That's all not good news, especially as we're heading into Easter. So loosening restrictions is probably not a good idea right now. I know everybody wants to go home and spend time for Easter. It's a big opportunity. It's also a great opportunity for the virus. The virus looks at it that way. I think you really need to take into account who's going to be at your family gatherings or whatever. I would try to keep it only to family gatherings and not go beyond that. The smaller you keep your unit, the less likely it is you'll either pick it up or spread it, as the case may be. But you need to take into account who you're going to be exposed to and who you're possibly exposing. For those of you who know that you have not had it, or may have symptoms, and right now we're seeing a lot of allergy symptoms. I will share that some of the patients that we saw that were positive last week all thought they had allergy symptoms and they turned out to be positive for COVID. So that's a concern. But make sure that you, again, wear a mask, keep your distance, sanitize your hands, and you may want to consider getting tested prior to leaving town and heading home, just in case, so that you don't take COVID home for Easter. If you've already received your vaccine, you need to continue wearing masks. Now, obviously, if you're in a household situation where you're at home, then no, unless somebody, for some reason, starts having symptoms and there's a question. Just note that not just at Auburn, around the country, we've seen people who got the first shot and got COVID. We've seen people who got the second shot and got COVID. Most of those people did get COVID. Apparently, they tested within the 2-week cutoff post the vaccine. So remember, when you get a vaccination, it takes about 2 weeks for your immunity to really ramp up, whether it's after the first shot or the second shot. So that 2-week period is key and critical. And we've seen people who came up positive and got COVID within that 2-week period. So 2 weeks is the cutoff. Take that into account, but still continue to wear masks, sanitize. I've been vaccinated fully since January. I still wear a mask all the time. Number one, we were coming on the back end of the spike. Number two, I think most people have been really good, including the faculty, of enforcing the mask wearing, especially in classrooms, and the proximity. I think all of those factors, in addition to which us take into account how we can mitigate the spread of the virus, has been helpful. So that's been a good thing. There was obviously some concerns early on because of where we were in the spike. That's why we delayed in-person classes and delayed the return of employees to Auburn. But at this point in time, we are well into the past the halfway mark of the semester and heading into the home stretch. But this is not time to give up. The race isn't over. If you were running a race and it was 1,000 meters, you don't stop at 900 meters and expect to win it. So not unexpectedly, the vaccine supplies have definitely become more easily available. It's available in a number of other locations outside of Auburn and EAMC. Some of the local pharmacies, Walmart, Sam's Club, even some doctors' offices are starting to get supplies of vaccines. There are some mass vaccination clinics being set up by the state and the federal government. So there's a lot of vaccine that's available more and more every day. And it's starting to obviously roll out a lot better, a lot faster, and a lot more consistent. So I'm hearing of more and more people being easily able to find the vaccine, get it, and I encourage everyone, if you are going to get the vaccine, go ahead and get it. Unless there's a reason why you shouldn't have, like you within 90 days of COVID, or getting a monoclonal antibody, something like that. But if not, go ahead and get it. There's nothing special about us giving it at Auburn. So don't wait for Auburn University to get doses. If you can get it elsewhere, go ahead and get it.